Welcome to the REI Hacker Podcast, where we unlock the secrets of real estate success. Join us as we dive into the journeys of top investors, mentors, and industry experts. And now, let's hand it off to our host, Benson Juarez.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here on this edition of the REI Hacker Podcast. Really excited for my next guest. His name is Jason Lee. Jason is an entrepreneur and fund manager. He's currently leading capital strategy at LegacyBlock. As a fund manager and a capital allocator, he focuses on raising and deploying capital for an evergreen fund structure, which we're going to learn more about, and working with high net worth individuals, family offices, and institutional investors across real estate and alternative assets. He's known for his relationship-driven approach. Jason specializes in building a diversified, flexible portfolio, but it's designed for long-term growth without the traditional exit pressures of a normal fund. Jason, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Benson, for inviting me.
You're welcome. We met probably a couple months ago now. We're both part of the Avestor community, and you have a really interesting fund structure. Tell me about how you have LegacyBlock set up and how it's different than most funds that people have heard of.
Yeah, we set it up as a 506c fund. It's registered with the SEC, and we can only target accredited investors. And the way we set up the whole structure is as an evergreen fund, so that you can stay with us for however long you want. And there is no time period, there's no deadline or anything like that. So essentially, we're able to diversify it into different vehicles that we have. And so if we have new deals, then people who are still within our funds are able to tap into that vehicle as well.
Very cool. And so how is it different than just like a standard real estate fund? That's what a lot of people think about when they think about investing in a fund. They're thinking about multifamily or industrial type investments. What are you guys investing in right now?
Yeah, so we're not much more in real estate because for us, it's not as liquid as we want to be. We're more in the global financial market. So crypto, Forex, futures, and we utilize AI to make all the trades. And so it's not our company that makes the trades. We are fund of funds that places our investors' money into different hedge funds or companies that have these trading algos.
Gotcha. So can you talk about the company that you are raising money for? And what's their history and why would somebody invest in a company like that?
Yeah, so for the Forex side, it's actually my company and my business partner, Jonathan. We both co-own that company. We own the rights to the algorithm. That company, we pretty much white labeled another company in the UK to get the rights to their algorithm. So their algorithm as an AI, it's been used for quite a long time. We have audits done for 4 to 5 years, and they've been hitting about roughly like 3 to 7% a month on average. Yeah, and so that's the Forex side. The other companies are through my business partner, Jonathan. He has his own private companies as well on the crypto side and on the future side as well.
Okay. Can you explain the differences between these different vehicles? So you have Forex and then futures and crypto. Tell us about each of those verticals.
Forex has to deal with like foreign exchange, currencies, gold, silver, US oil. So that one is very liquid because it's been around for a long time. The market cap is a lot higher than crypto. Crypto, everyone knows, there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, there's a lot of other altcoins, they call it. And futures, we deal with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. And so all three of them, we diversified it because initially we started off as a crypto trader. It's just there's not enough liquidity in the market when it comes to crypto. They're not fully there yet. BlackRock, a bunch of financial institutions started getting in the game. And that's why you saw with the ETFs, with crypto, like everything just started going up. And, and so there is a level of liquidity there. It's just we wouldn't be able to scale it to like, I don't know, 1 billion in our AUM if we're going to just utilize crypto. And so the goal was to diversify it where there's a lot of volatility in the market, because without volatility, we can't make our trades and make the best profit. And so we're looking for volatility and liquidity when it comes to trades.
Gotcha. But that liquidity has to do with the fund itself, not the people who are investing in the fund, right? Because they're investing in evergreen and you're hoping that they're going to keep their money with you, and then you're just turning it for them, right? So the liquidity is on the trading side, the ability to buy and sell on the
Yeah.
ups and downs of the market, and really just speculating whether or not a particular stock or currency is going to go up or down.
Yeah. Yeah. So the liquidity is all based on what they call the market makers. And so, every exchange, every brokerage, they have something what they call like the mafia of crypto or the mafia of Forex. And so there are very wealthy financial institutions out there. I personally know a guy that is an active market maker, and they move the market, and they're the ones that are pumping it up and bringing it down. And so it's just for us utilizing AI and the algorithm, it's able to detect and machine learn all the waves, all the patterns to create a system out of it. And so, without, the liquidity, there wouldn't be any of this like we couldn't make the type of returns that we're making right now.
Right. So, but that's the point of this fund here, is it's diversified. So you don't want 100% volatility. That's where it sounds like the crypto is, weirdly enough, or oddly enough, probably the most stable thing that you're trading, because it's less liquid than the Forex and the futures, right?
Yes and no. Crypto, it's less liquid in terms of the market cap. There's still a lot of volume though that goes in and out.
Mm.
Uh, what I mean by not having enough liquidity is that when people are making leverage trade, let's say we're making, I don't know, 30% every month on crypto side. Once our AUM goes up to, let's say, 1 billion, it's harder to give those type of returns in the world of crypto, because there's something called the law of diminishing return. And so, if you start playing with billions and billions and you're leverage trading all of that, then you're just moving the market, and it's not possible to do that. Exchanges won't even allow that. And so that's why there's a lot of liquidity in gold. Gold is still more than Bitcoin. There's a lot of liquidity in different types of currencies, silver, U.S. oil. So Forex is there to be I guess our backup when it comes to the law of diminishing return.
So explain to me what a futures transaction might look like.
Futures is more like, it's not high frequency like crypto and Forex. Crypto and Forex, we hedge our trades, and we also scalp and swing trade. The futures, it's holding a positions from like 1 to 2 weeks. It can be a lot longer. Just basically, a simple way of putting it is predicting the future of what will happen in the next month or two. And the guy who's handling the trades, he has been pretty accurate when it comes to making predictions. And so that's the gist of the future side.
So what would you use to predict the future? Is it just market trends, or is it like current events, news cycles? Like what are some of the things that someone might look at to try to predict what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks?
Yeah, most sophisticated traders would use the news or history. This guy, it's a little I don't usually like talking about it, but the easiest way to put it is he used mathematics, and my business partner always tells me, and everyone that hears it, like, what do you mean? He does astrology and numerology to predict where the future's algo is going to head towards, and so it's very unorthodox, but he's been very accurate and consistent. So yeah, one of the advantages he has, it's he can profit in both bull or bear market as well too, utilizing his strategy because um, he's have you heard of the Big Short
Yeah.
guy? Yeah,
Hmm.
so imagine predicting that an event like that and to being able to short or long, and so he's pretty knowledgeable when it comes to mathematics and predicting the market. And he used to do this for large hedge funds and then open it up to my business partner privately. So they created a joint venture together. And so that's on the futures side.
Yeah.
Right now, the futures is not making as much because during the holidays, a lot of people don't make trades. Did you? Did we freeze over there?
No, I
Uh
don't
oh.
think so.
I think I think your face got frozen on my end. Oh, there you go.
Mm.
I can see you now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah. So he hasn't been making a lot of trades, but when we think of like a 1 year average, he's been doing well. For a whole year, like gross, he's hit about like 110%.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that's the point of having three verticals within this fund is that when something's maybe slowing down, another one is picking up the slack. So
Yep.
you're not 100% dependent on just one vertical to do well or to be active and get a lot of trades going.
Yeah,
Um,
that's one of the main reasons. Yeah,
yeah.
diversifying and then also reducing risk. Because as you know, as a fund, even if you have a real estate fund, the number one goal is capital preservation. So, and then that's why we also created a treasury function within our fund to, you know, back up or buffer in case there's any losses.
Meaning, so you hold some reserves.
Yes. So every time we produce profit from our trades or through the vehicles, we put about 10% back into the treasury. And then we continue to grow the treasury over time.
Hmm. And that
Yep.
treasury is just with that one fund, right? So, it, do people have a proportionate ownership piece of the treasury, or is that just within the company and it?
Yeah, it's just within the company and
Okay.
it's used in case there is a loss to cover the initial capital of every investor. So that's the main function.
Hmm, that's
Once it
really
grows, the investors don't really own it. Our PPM is set up in a way where, if they choose to leave, then they wouldn't be able to tap into that. But we as a fund can pretty much use the treasury however way we wish it to. Once we build it to the point where everyone's capital is protected.
so it's almost like your mini FDIC.
In a sense, yeah,
Yeah.
and not as fully structured like they are.
Right.
Uh, yeah, because the banks have their own structure with them. We just try to create it in a way where it's a little more flexible on our end
Right.
to be able to move it into safe avenues, safe vehicles, and to also grow it. Yeah.
So it's that is in a interest bearing account.
No, we're putting the treasury into some of our trading vehicles as well to grow it,
Hmm.
and so we could put it into our forex or our crypto algo as well. That way, it's not just sitting there, and
Yeah.
we can just grow that side as well. Yeah.
Is there any sort of balanced ups and downs that happen here where like if crypto does really well, then maybe you can count on Forex not doing as good? or if one
Hmm.
other vertical does great, another one is, going to be depressed. Does that happen, or was it designed that way?
Well, the stock market seems to be moving closely with the, crypto side. And Forex is insane too because, look at the price of gold. Like back then, I remember it feels like it was just yesterday when I looked at the price of gold and, look at where it is at right now. There's just so much liquidity in gold. It makes sense. Maybe, a lot of people thought cash was going to lose its value, and then where the economy is headed right now, they wanted to pump more into gold. And so gold has been going up, and then also like, they thought the dollar was, going down, so a lot of people bought crypto. Uh, and so, crypto went up because of that. And so, if the dollar is getting weaker, then it seems to be like, the Forex goes up, crypto goes up. If the dollar gets stronger, then, they start going back down a little bit.
Right.
So
That's
it,
all
to a
predictable,
degree,
right?
they follow the same pattern now. I would say like back then it was the complete opposite. Now it's very similar because of the larger financial institutions.
Right.
And so I think they work hand in hand together. Yeah. But
Gotcha.
so we just base it off the dollar. It if it dollar goes this way, then everything else will go down. Or if the dollar goes down, then you know you can you predict that crypto and the forex side will go up as well.
Gotcha. Do you see yourselves looking at any other sort of asset classes or verticals to add to the mix, or are you going to stick with these three?
Good question. We, recently talked with an individual who has the ability to tokenize real world assets.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it fits perfectly with what we're doing. So we're looking to, I guess, discover how that would look like if our fund can participate or if we're going to have to do that separately as a joint venture with the individual. I think this is going to be a tremendous value for a lot of our investors or potential investors because essentially you can tokenize anything. He's tokenized a yacht club
Hmm.
down in Miami, and he's launching it very soon. And he created a model where it's kind of like a timeshare where people who buy the tokens can utilize the yacht and utilize one of the decks. And so he has an interesting model where this can help people who own real estate, own businesses, and also even for us, like in the trading world as well, it could work perfectly. I'm thinking of personally, utilizing the guy to tokenize my Airbnb management business. We'll see how that goes. But he can tokenize all of your real estate, and he can tokenize anything. He can tokenize your podcast as well too.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we're
that's been talked about for years. The first thing people thought about was real estate,
yeah.
just 'cause it's so hard to get involved in real estate, and you can buy into a REIT or a fund,
Mm-hmm.
right? But with tokenization, there's no, I don't think there's any sort of rules around accreditation, is there?
It's once you get into tokenization, it's considered security. So, the guy we spoke to can handle all the compliance and regulation and structure, and so he can help structure all of that. Um, right now, he's working on a project. This isn't in the U.S. though. It's going to be most likely in Dubai, where he's tokenizing pretty much a coin that's going to be backed up by gold. And I'm sure there's so many people that have been trying to do that, and there are probably some that are already doing that. Like Dubai is just full of gold. Like it's a country that owns a lot of gold as well, and gold goes in and out like
Mm-hmm.
frequently. So you just imagine a coin that actually is backed up by gold,
Wow.
a lot of gold. Yeah,
Like we used to have, right? Before when the
yeah.
dollar was
Before
strong.
Nixon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was stable then, and now it's just like a promise to pay,
yeah.
but it's not really backed by anything. And even with like that news where they thought like maybe Fort Knox didn't really have as much gold in there as everyone thought we had.
Yeah.
There hasn't been an audit of it for decades.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything is all up in the ether right now. And that's what crypto is too, and in the trading world as well, because it's not really tangible money that you're trading with. It's all up in the clouds, in the ether.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. So you just mentioned your Airbnb business. So you're managing like over 100 something properties right now.
About like 150 roughly right now.
Wow. So that's like your day job, or are you doing full-time management and that at the same time? Where do you spend the majority of your efforts?
I'm completely hands off on that business. I've handed it off to my business partner, who pretty much does the day in, day out of the operations. And so he's helped me free up a lot of my time to focus on more in the fund world. So I don't spend too much time on the Airbnb side anymore.
Gotcha. Are those mostly your assets, or are you managing for a bunch of other individuals?
It's just pure management. So we don't own the assets. We manage for developers, homeowners, to investors. Yeah.
Interesting. So what made you decide to get involved in the fund world? You have a successful business. It sounds like it was doing well.
Yeah.
What caused you to get into the fund management world?
For me, I wanted to get in the fund world because I knew that I had the ability to capital raise very well. And so I asked my friend Jonathan if he wanted to partner with me, and he helped me to create a structure. That's how we found out about Avestor. He knew about Avestor, and so we just created a fund out as friends. And yeah, I mean, he's more of the deal structuring, the deal finder guy, and I'm more of the capital allocator. I build relationships with people, network with them, and bring in the capital. And so I've always wanted to do something like this, and I'm kind of glad that we did, because I was able to learn a lot about this fund world. And it was so much better than back in the days when I would just raise money privately without creating a structure. Having the structure definitely helps a lot, because you're compliant with SEC regulations, and it keeps you on your toes, so that you got to really do your due diligence and making sure that you're not lying about any numbers or exaggerating. So it's a different ball game than the private route. So I'm glad that I got into this world.
So that makes me think about, you talk about the ethics around raising money, right? Obviously there's some SEC regs, but there's also just, that's law. And then there's ethics and morality.
Yeah.
And you're one of the founders of a group called the Council of Kings.
Yeah.
Which I thought it's a really interesting concept. So tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a small group. It's currently paused right now, and but it's been going on for over a year. And so we had a group of like 10 to 13 men, and the goal of the group was to raise up kings in this modern day and age, because not a lot of people fully understand what it means to operate like a king. I think a lot of people know how to operate like a priest or a servant. A priest's function is to serve. And I think, the whole idea of the 9 to 5 in this world, it's all about serving. And, without their service, a business would not be able to grow. But then a king operates very differently. The king serves as well as it knows how to influence and impact the market and, a nation or a particular industry. And so the goal of this group was to discover first and foremost of, what that individual's calling is, what their strengths are, that, their 9 to 5 is not put to waste, that they have the ability to impact, their sector that they've been in for so long. And so it was just about like empowering individuals to operate more than just a servant. And so, which is interesting because like even, as a small business owner myself with, the Airbnb management side, we're still serving. We're serving the homeowners. We're serving the guests that book the Airbnb properties. There's always a service to it. And which is why trading is a little different because we're not, yes, we are serving the investors by getting them returns. But like a lot of it has to do with pattern recognition and understanding the market. And it kind of removes the human emotion and the human behavior once we utilize AI. And it creates a system. And I think that's what kings do. Kings create a system in a nation. And without a system, a nation wouldn't be functioning properly. And so I think that's been a learning lesson for me because I used to be a very spontaneous, I still am, spontaneity, go with the flow, free flow, until, I learned from, my mentors about how, true systems that works for you create true freedom instead of me thinking, oh, go with the flow. Spontaneity creates freedom. And so, and I think, wherever people are at, whatever industry, my desire was them to be able to create a system within their field that works for them. And so, and that's what we do in the trading world. We have the systems that follow the rules. It's not buying and trading or selling out of greed or out of fear. It just follows the patterns and the rules. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting with AI how everything is being systematized now. But this is a relationship business, so there's like
Yeah.
two sides of the coin there.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you talk about like the systems, and then you compare that to the human side of this entire business, when you strip away, all of the spreadsheets and the 100+ doors you manage, and all of the money that you've raised in trading, like what would be like the one thing that you would want to be remembered for after it's all said and done, and you now are just a person who's trying to help people?
Yeah, I think I would definitely want to be remembered for someone that helped create impact in their lives, but also results and fruit um, in generations to come. That, by transforming the life of just one individual, this one guy impacted many others. And, that would be really cool to see. I like John Maxwell. He has a lot of books on leadership, and he talks about that. So, and he says, one of the key core values of a true leader is the leader is able to replicate himself and also create fruit for the people that he is leading. But also, even if someone doesn't know who John is personally, like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, whatever, they will still hear about him, even though they never met him. And so the fruit is still lasting. And so the results and the fruit, definitely, I would want to be recognized or remembered for someone that created results for people. Yeah, long-lasting
Like
results.
this is just something like doing good by your clients, or are you thinking like a deeper impact, right? Because this is
Yeah,
accredited investors, right? So
yeah,
you're not helping the average person per se,
yeah.
but maybe you are through the trickle down effect.
Yeah. I think, our fund is designed to simply just make people more money. So, who knows? Well, I mean, I don't know how much of that will be of a remembrance to someone, because money like has a tendency to blind people of their true vision and their purpose. And so for us, like we like to, like I'll give you an example. There's this one particular investor that we're working on, still talking and building that relationship. she has a great vision when it comes to building wealth, because for her, it's not just about building wealth for people. It's about helping women, and she's already helping women um, pretty much have the empowerment and the power in case she calls it the 5 Ds. I think it's like death, divorce. I forgot all of them, but death, divorce. Was it downsizing is one of them, and there was a bunch of other things I can't seem to remember. But in a short sense, it's like if there's tragedy that occurs to someone, like can a widow or a single mom or someone that doesn't have a lot of savings or passive income, cash flow, can they survive? Like, and it would be a lot harder for them if they don't have that cash flow and that passive income. And so for her, she likes to create multiple streams of income for the people that she's mentoring and her investors, so that they can pretty much not just survive a tragedy, but overcome and conquer and go above and beyond in case something tragic does happen, and they're able to stand tall instead of going down to the ground. So I think that's part of my vision as well. I like to work with those type of people, and if an investor is like that type of person, we would love to help them grow their wealth as well. Yeah. And unfortunately, that not a lot of people are like that, like in the world. And so it's just there are a few people that really have those core values and visions to really impact the generations in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear about how money corrupts, but I feel like money just magnifies who you are. So if you're a good person and you don't have money, and then you get money, then you can do more, greater things for more people.
Yeah.
But if you're a bad person and you get a bunch of money, then those are the ones that go out and do nefarious things. They just figure out more and more powerful ways of taking advantage of people because now they've got more resources. So I don't know if it corrupts or not. I just think it really just accentuates who you are.
Yeah, I think, definitely. I don't think money corrupts. I think people corrupt. I think, or evil people that have those type of intentions. I guess it's like that whole analogy everyone talks about. It's like a hammer. The beauty of the hammer's intention was initially to build and create, to use it as a tool, and then, someone could turn it around and then use it as a weapon, like for nefarious reasons. And I think I guess that's my firm belief about everything that has been created in this world. I believe that it's been created for good. And I think a lot of things we see in terms of creation, it can be twisted and could be a counterfeit as well too. And so, people can just twist, I guess, their perspective and utilization of money. I like the book Happy Money by Ken Honda. I don't know if you heard of that one.
I haven't.
It's a really good book. I think you'll like it. He every time he pays his employees or he gets money from people for his coaching, he says arigato, money, or thank you to the money. Mm-hmm. And every time he pays a tip to a waitress or waiter, he would say the same thing. He's from Japan, and I guess Japanese people have a tendency to say arigato or thank you to their possessions. There's a lady named Marie Kondo who helps people clean out their closets and their wardrobe and to organize everything. And she would have people say thank you when they're going to throw out their old clothes that they're not going to wear anymore, or their trash. And it's a very beautiful concept that even possession that you have, that they give a level of gratitude towards it.
Right.
And he said that people who pay their landlords like out of depression or out of anxiety or fear, he calls that unhappy money. They're like, oh man, I have to I have to give you this money. Oh, no, I don't know. And so I like the energy behind how he does it, where it's like, thank you, money, or thank you. And also thank you to the landlord. Thank you to the waitress. It's just pouring in that gratitude. So, because I believe money is energetic, and energy can be used in multiple different ways. And yeah,
Yeah,
so
I think you're
yeah,
right about that. There's a whole different world around just intention and how we attract things. The law of attraction.
yeah,
Money has that power as well. So it's an interesting place that we're in, right?
yeah,
Even in right now, like this the whole platform you built for Legacy Block is using machine learning and algorithms and AI
yeah,
to generate positive outcomes for your clients, which even just a few years ago wasn't even on people's radar so much as it was like maybe in movies and you know people
yeah,
writing futuristic things or predicting the future.
yeah,
And like you said, now it's tokenization's coming down the pipe. There's going to be more enhanced operations of AI and what AI can do.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there's going to be a lot of opportunities to invest in this sort of thing. What
Oh
better
yeah,
time than now, right?
yeah,
Before.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. It's getting bigger and bigger. So, um, you know, my business partner and I, we talked about this. AI is going to create what they call what is that called again? It's singularity. That's the word.
Hmm.
Um, and it can go both ways or multiple different ways. But one of the ways was that it makes people a lot of money. I think the NVIDIA guy was saying 2025 to 2030 is the time where people need to take advantage of AI, because a lot of millionaires are being made right now utilizing AI
Right.
currently. And so what's going to happen when a bunch of people start making a lot of money in the world utilizing AI? What's their job going to be? Um, what are they going to do? Are they even needed? And so it's a very interesting thing of like what's going to be people's motivations. And so obviously, like, there are some things that you cannot replace, like the human connection when it comes to different things. And so I'm still curious of how AI is going to replace therapy. For instance, my wife is a therapist. I heard people are saying that it's already being done right now, and
Oh yeah, it is.
yeah,
People are talking
yeah,
to AI constantly.
yeah,
Created friends and mentors and
yeah,
confidants in AI because you can see it
yeah,
literally and just have a conversation with it.
yeah. It's crazy. Or some marry their AI, and I think that happened in Japan where
Yeah.
they married their own AI, and
Wow.
so yeah, it's gonna be. It sounds amazing, and it sounds uh, concerning too at the same time. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, I think it's the same thing when we talked about money. I think it can be used for something beautiful, and then it could be used for things that can bring down humanity as well. And
Yeah.
so, yeah,
It's true. There's two sides there. I mean, we've been talking. I think it was Elon Musk. Probably this is even more than like 6 months ago. He was saying that we had gotten to the event horizon of AI, where there was no.
mm,
We're past the point of return, right? We cannot get out of the funnel of AI sucking us in because we've just invested too much time and too much money. And even if you know, let's just say America, right? If we're thinking about sides here,
yeah,
decided they were going to do everything right, right, and they're going to build guardrails and try to make sure that the code that you're using to power the AI has, emotion and empathy and all the morality and ethics built into it.
mm,
Some other country on the other side of the world isn't thinking that. They're thinking, okay, how do I best use this AI to take advantage of those people who are putting in guardrails?
yeah,
So it's a little frightening. But at the same time, there's an opportunity. It's the next couple of
yeah,
years. A bunch of money's going to be pouring into it. invest in the AI, but also to leverage the power of it. In this case, we're
Yeah.
talking about, LegacyBlock and how you guys are leveraging it. For those people that are listening to this who are interested in what you've got going on, how do they reach you? How do they connect with you to have a conversation?
Yeah, they can reach us at LegacyBlock.xyz. That's our website. And, they can reach us out by contacting you or whomever. And so, but our website's there, LegacyBlock.xyz. And because we are a 506c, yes, we can market our fund to accredited investors only. So for the non-accredited investors, we were not able to market it to them. And so we would have to vet out who's accredited and who's not accredited as well.
Perfect. Well, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time and spending some time with us here. Very interesting stuff you're working on. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to see how this, continues to do well. The numbers that you're talking about are crazy. But, that's the benefit of having a diversified portfolio, is that you can just go and trade what's doing well, right? And then, it's like you said, right now, there's not a lot going on with, was it futures?
Yeah.
Because of the time of year. So, the people that you work with are just going to where there's more action and they can still make those trades. So, again, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me, Benson.
You're welcome. And you guys, everybody, thank you for listening. Reach out to Jason. You've got a really cool concept here. Of course, do your due diligence. But as you can see, Jason is a person of I guess, truth and honor. And, you went so far as to create a group of people that are, similarly minded as you. So, reach out, talk to Jason about what he's working on, and keep an eye out for more amazing guests like Jason in the future. We talk about business and entrepreneurship and wealth generation. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.
That's a wrap on today's Real Estate Revelations. Thank you for tuning into the REI Hacker Podcast. Remember, every property has a story, and every deal is a lesson. Until next time, keep hacking the real estate world.